Speedy synopsis time. I'm your captain, Sensei-pong, and all aboard the early access boat. Toot toot! Factorio by Wube Software LTD. It's available on Steam and apparently available on their website as well. It's still in beta, hence the early access, but for being a beta, is full of features and hours of gameplay. There's a link in the description below to the Steam page. What Factorio is a semi-survival puzzle management real-time strategy game. Hashtag too many tags, get off my back. There's only a few games I can think of off the top of my head that are similar to this. Namely, going back in time a bit, Mule, and games made by another indie developer, Zachtronics, with Infinifactory and Spacechem. In Factorio, you control a guy who needs to build a factory to sustain a small colony via automated systems you need to design or fix. Basically engineering programming puzzles, but with a survival RTS spin to it. In old school mode and hardcore, the native alien life can get pretty vicious, and at the early stage of starting out, near impossible to annihilate via destruction fire. Oh, I love the flamethrower. The grenades are handy too. Though I do feel a little bit evil on the colonial side of things, exterminating a sentient life form's nests and settlement. It's like killing the Queen in Starship Troopers. I can't tell if I'm the good guy or not, but it does feel good to bring destruction on them varmints. Cause if you ain't careful, son, yeah, they'll eat you alive and everything you worked hard to build. Yes, follow me. Enter the gauntlet to die. Okay, there's too many of them. Crap. At least there's an autosave. Either way, I need to hand it to Wube Software. There's apparent love and work put into this. And the most important part is that Factorio is just fun to play. It's got that just one more turn aspect to it like many a game I love. Okay, it's an RTS with no turns, but you know what I mean. I literally put a timer on my phone for 30 minutes to explore the features of this game for this review that I was writing, then found myself playing for about another 3 hours more, forcibly stopping myself after Professor Muka asked where the 30 minutes went. The skill tree as it stands is pretty good and nicely in depth. It all makes logical sense how things work and are developed, but some things aren't really explained well in the tutorial, and the game's UI, well, it isn't bad by any means, but it can be a bit confusing at times. Personally, I didn't have too much trouble getting my head around the UI, but as it stands, I can easily see a good number of people getting confused with how some items work, etc. Things just aren't really explained all too well. I suppose one thing Wube Software could do to possibly alleviate this situation would be creating an in-game encyclopedia of sorts, similar to a Civilopedia from the Civilization series. Though it may be a bit time-consuming to write the whole thing, it may be cool for the player to just explore and add some world-building lore. Because at this point, it's a bit Minecraft-esque in the sense that there's a lot of cool things to craft, explore, engineer, etc., not to mention quite a bit of mods that can either help or hinder with up difficulty. But the lore is a bit lacking, or at least that's what it seems like at face value. I could be, and am probably wrong, but an in-game encyclopedia outside the Factorio wiki would be nice. But overall, Factorio is a great game. From what I've experienced personally and found through the message boards, there doesn't seem to be any major bugs or glitches. Nothing game-breaking. The game's stable and should be close to a full release, depending on how much more the developers are planning on creating for it. Which, the more I think about it, there's a lot the developers can do to make the game better and bigger. It's kind of exciting. The game's gaining steam, no pun intended, and watching the community grow is kind of like watching the early stages of what Minecraft was a few years ago. It's good stuff. I should probably do a tutorial series for this. As I'm writing this script, I just helped the guy figure out some of the mechanics, and Heavy Waters has messaged me about starting a tutorial series, because it would probably be a great idea for the growth of my channel. Which, by the way, special thanks to Heavy Waters for this video. He's the one that got me this game as a gift for my birthday, a guinea pig, before he decides to buy it. Either way, if you enjoy crafting games, survival games, RTS games, building Rube Goldberg machines of madness that magically work out in the form of an inefficient factory line, or, unlike myself, are actually good at figuring out the logistics of an efficient factory line, get the demo, give it a spin, it's free. Better yet, buy the full game, there's a surprising amount to do with it. 2 thumbs up, it's worth a look. But keep in mind, it is an early access title, and some things are subject to change, probably for the better. Anywho, thanks for watching, like if you may, like if you say nay, and subscribe for more content. Sensei-pong signing out. Like and subscribe!